Hi, my name is Chuck. This is my story. I'm a formerly homeless person. I've thought a lot about homelessness and my being homeless, and I've realized that going back in my life, in my memory, I used to live in a teepee in Colorado. I used to be a Cub Scout. I went to summer camp. There are many experiences of my life that were part of a normal life that were preparations for homelessness. I didn't think of that at the time, but I do see them now as part of a pattern or background that came in handy. So most of the time I was homeless. I lived in my car. At first I would get in the car and put the seat back and sleep, and that was a fallback plan. I'd come out here to California from New York area, and thought I would get a job that afforded me the ability to pay rent, or a job like a caregiver that had room and board as part of the job, perhaps, and tried that. I've been a home health care worker. But none of those things worked out, and my fallback plan of sleeping in the car, if I needed it, turned out to be what I did every night. And eventually, people said, there are free meals over here, and you're homeless, And what are you talking? I didn't think I was homeless, and they told me about the Downtown Streets team, and I wasn't interested in that, and. Eventually, the free meals I was told about, and the Hotel de Zinc, a rotating shelter program. You spend a month in one church, a month in another church, a month in all these things became what I did. They became part of my life. They became very useful. Before I was homeless, I was married, I had children, I was a teacher, I thought about homelessness, but more from the point of view of, what would a charitable person do, and not so much what would I do. And I learned a lot. And now when I talk I'm an activist, a homeless activist, and I talk to students like Stanford students and others, and I frame my little lecture, or the last time I did it, I evolved to this: what would you do if you were homeless? And I told people what I had learned. If you woke up tomorrow morning homeless, this is what to do. And then on the blackboard I'd list, Downtown Streets team, and the free meals as a meal every night at a church in Palo Alto, and which I found quite useful. And people go to those meals who have places to live but can't get by on just what they have. They still don't have enough money. You run out of month before you run out of money. No, you run out of money before you run out of month. Anyway, homelessness is depressing. You're embarrassed. You don't go around hoping people will notice you're homeless. You go around hoping people won't notice you're homeless and will let you hang around this Starbucks or wherever it is. And a lot of people are very generous. In Palo Alto and other places around here, I don't know if people, just perceive that I'm not wealthy or figure out that I'm homeless or whatever, but they're very kind, they're very giving, they're very, very good to you. Other people, not so much. I wrote some things that got in the paper, and I joined a committee of other people concerned about homelessness, and some of these people were regular people with regular homes, but they were taking time and energy to help homeless people and try to change the municipal codes and the way homeless people are treated. And I found that very impressive. I had a real reason to be part of such a committee. I was homeless, and I had things I really wanted to change. Like, I got very active over this issue. The city tried to pass a law against living in your vehicle, And I just thought how stupid. And as I told the city council a number of times, homelessness is primarily a problem of lack of resources. Taking away resources from people that don't have enough resources is not helping. You're on the wrong side of the problem, city council. You should be wanting to fix up old cars so people could live in them. Would you rather I moved out of my car and onto your lawn? What do you think? And they didn't think. When people are frightened, all they know is, I don't want it around me. They don't want to be homeless. And so how to avoid it? Don't look at it. If I never see it, it'll never happen to me. Wrong. I didn't go to college so I could learn to become homeless. None of us who are homeless that I know of want to be homeless. It's just the best alternative out of a lot of other crappy alternatives. I am a teacher, I'm a parent, I'm a grandfather. I do like to help people. I do like to be a resource. So that's kind of naturally what I fall into. But I've never found a situation more worthy of my efforts than this. There are few groups I can think of with less voice, less power than homeless people. Friends suggested things to me like the free meals and the downtown streets team, and I resisted. I didn't want to. Why did I need to go to a meeting on Thursday afternoons? I could be home sleeping. So I eventually, friends of mine kept up, thank God, nagging at me, and I eventually gave it a try, and I'm very glad I did. The downtown streets team has been much more helpful. I joined it to get housing, and I did get housing, but they did many more things than that for me.